I feel like also if you notice carefully enough, you will recognize our relationships with the camera changing over time.
I'm super excited about season 2 actually.
But you know, one of my colleagues who has seen the US version or seen this version also, that the humor is very different. Of course, it has to relate to people here.
Correct.
The same kind of humor doesn't work there, or neither it will work here. So, how did you all? Were you all? It was a collaborative process as the humor. You Indianized the humor, if I can say that.
You want to say something?
I mean, no, it was when we were actually doing it, but more or less it was written out like that. And I feel like the writers did a great job at adapting that, and we, I mean, tried to work with that mostly. We did do like a little bit.
We did improvise, but she's right. It was a scripted show, so the bulk of the work of Indianizing and putting the context of the writers. And then, of course, we played with it and things that came naturally. But
You're an improv person, so you must have improvised.
I think all of us improvised. All of us improvised. The show is such. The camera people improvised. I mean, the camera people, Kavya and Dhavalika, they're such integral characters in the show because we are playing, as Shayan said, we're playing with them, right? I mean, they're moving around. It's not. We may say that okay, this is what the scene is, and sometimes we just, we've done somewhere, we've merged into the next scene. We've just gone ahead. What would happen wonderfully is that what developed over time is the directors wouldn't call cut. We just keep going if the moment is good and let's see where it goes. And we'd play with each other, we'd play with the camera people, they're playing with us, they're getting into position. And the format of the show is also that, the cameras, you acknowledge that the cameras are a part of the office. Right. And they're seeing something weird happen and then they pan to that. And that would actually happen. I mean, it's a tough job on their part. These two of them, they have one eye in the eye hole and the other eye, they're scanning the office to see if someone's doing something.
And they would just catch it.
Yeah, because, and that's the beauty of the show. Yeah. And so, we all improvised.
I feel like also if you notice carefully enough, you will recognize our relationships with the camera changing over time.
Yeah.
Because that is the character that comes in for the first time in the first episode.
Correct.
So at least like for Pammi, it's like what do I want to say to this person? So she's not going to say that much. She won't reveal too much about herself. But eventually the camera kind of becomes a confidant and a friend for her.
True.
So and it's different for most.
He has a very strong relation with the camera.
Your comedy is very deadpan, situation. You're just looking at the camera at times.
So that's where I think it was very important for all of us for this show, because the show is written such. It is very important. I think it was imperative that we all get along.
Right.
And it is not only the cast. I'm talking about the cast, the crew, the DOPs, the directors. Everybody have to be on the same boat. So that it all works well. So because as Amit's character is, because he's looking to the camera and he's giving away like, where am I stuck? It was very important for me to have that bond with Dhavalika and Kavya. Because I would just sit, and that had happened so many times because I know the camera has to turn here. So you need to be unaware of the fact, but then you have to be aware of it so that okay, the camera is here. Then they also understand as me, as Sayan, and I understand them as Dhavalika and Kavya. So that camaraderie is what makes everything so easy.
Great. So this web boom that we have seen in the last 2 years, how has it changed the face of entertainment that we are looking at, since you all are part of it now?
I mean, I feel like it's changed a lot because a lot of different things are happening on the web, and I feel like more things are being explored on the web. There's more interesting genres, and like there's also more opportunity for us.
I think that's the biggest.
So I feel like it has changed a lot for us as actors as well, and it's made times more exciting.
Great.
I think the biggest change for me is the medium, of course, is different, but that doesn't matter really while shoot. But the difference is, the web has, like films, you had a pretty tight timeline, right? You had films are always between 90 minutes and 150, or in some cases 180 minutes. But it's that narrow window. So all your stories are going to be stories that have to be told in that period of time. TV shows are different, but then every episode had to be 22 or 44 minutes. You still have that time limit on it. And suddenly, with this new medium, you can have an episode that's 10 or 15 minutes. You can have an episode that's 80 minutes. You can have a story that's told in 4 episodes. Or stories that go on for 8-9 seasons. So it's freed up the kind of content and the kind of stories we can tell. And with films, what starts happening is also they start becoming a little formulaic. only because there's that timeline, you know, you have to say this is the setup in the first 15 minutes, the inciting incident at this point, first climax, then second. Here it's all freed up, right? I mean, and like she said, it's great for us because there's more content made and it's wonderful.
Great.
We're part of the show.
But I think the competition has also increased tremendously.
I'm sure.
I think in order to make, it's not important right now. It's not only important to make a good show. It has to have so many other elements for an ex-person to remember the show.
Right.
Because there's so many shows coming out on
you
all
watch?
the portals.
How much can you
So in order to stick out and be remembered, like, oh, this show is great.
And actually follow through the entire season.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you come back with saying that, you know, we are coming with the season 2. So that recollection value of that show is so important. So it is not only to make a good show, but there's so many more to it. So I think that's beautiful.
But the other good part is also because the medium is such that it stays on the web constantly, right? So you don't have to be focused on this opening weekend, first week, what's your competition.
No fear of Friday.
If word of mouth is good, it will sometimes, it may pick up after a few weeks, after a couple of months, it's there. And lots of films, you know, it has worked like that, right? They're there and then people, you know, see them later. So that's good, that's great.
Okay. Lastly, what about the second season? When do we see that coming in?
Soon, very hopefully soon, very soon. I'm super excited about season 2 actually. I know we should be focusing on season 1 and people should see it, but I think
no, now the audience should be focusing on season 1.
But I think it's actually got better storytelling and there's actually better stuff in season 2. So I'm very excited about season 2.
Okay. Do we see a change in the character arc?
Yes.
Yes. Things grow.
Yeah, I think everybody develops.
I'm super psyched because
lots of different other things come in.
A lot of other arcs are entering.
Right.
So there's a lot more stories to follow within the office, which makes it more beautiful.
Crazier.
Yeah.
I think in the office, as the seasons go, people become wilder. They just do.
But also the affinity for the characters is greater, and you know. So I'm very excited about season 2 actually. I'm
great. And now so are we. On that note, thank you so much, Team Office, for this wonderful interview.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.